Well, hello, hello, hello. Well, isn't that one way to fuck up your intro? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know, sorry about that, guys. I usually don't let that starting screen sit for so long, but had to do a little bit of setup today. For everyone who is new to the channel, hello and welcome. Anyone who's not, Indie Arcade is a live stream where I go over and play or I watch the trailers for indie games as well as play through the demos for them, and then I evaluate whether or not I'm going to be wishlisting them or following them, or probably just saying, no, not my thing. Today we have a bunch of horror games. Call this a bit of a late Halloween kind of stream here. And, well, just because I can't stand this enter screen any longer. Hello, this is our first game of the night, Dead Containment. This is an on-rail shooter, and just because, you know, playing that with a mouse is a bit lame, got myself a light gun. So, I'll be blasting away with one of these aim tracks here, and just having fun. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. This is a game that's kind of in a weird sort of limbo. The early access stage of it has been fundraised on Kickstarter or crowdfunded. And let's just put up this trailer and take a look-see. Alright, so we got some very House of the Dead looking shiznit going on here. Yep, that's some very House of the Dead. There's zombies on the roof, eh? Huh. Okay, you're a biggin. Well, unfortunately, I don't have anyone to play this with currently. Who knows? Someone might jump in and say they do. So this game, currently you can't buy it on early access. You can only support it on Kickstarter. Kickstarter campaign is over, so it's still waiting on, again, that's the planned release for the early access. Which apparently there is a Kickstarter demo, which I don't think I have access to. This is just the one on Steam. This is the one publicly available. I did not contribute any money to this. It does have light gun support. And it's more of a very much hardcore arcade style kind of thing. But let's just boot this sucker up and take a look-see at what we got. The calibration on my light gun isn't completely perfect. This is not an ideal setup. I should be a bit further back. But I don't have a huge amount of space in the current setup, so I'll just make do with what I got. Hey man, that's what I got. It's unfiltered. Yeah, drinking some Toolshed Prairie Pride here, which is really like the aesthetics. If you're not from Alberta, you wouldn't get it. This is the thing, though. Alright, so light gun tracking is not completely perfect. Again, this isn't the greatest setup for it. I'm definitely not doing Amtrak any favors here. Okay, here we go. With the light gun. And I'm doing this with the light gun. I know this music. I have this music in my royalty-free sound library. I don't know if it's the most fitting for a Zombo apocalypse, but we'll go with it. Alright. Yeah. I guess which one was going to swing at me first wrong. Okay, I clearly shot her in the face. Okay, you can't seem to interrupt them once they're in their swing animation. And if you guess wrong which one to shoot, you're just taking the hit. Alright, it's almost. Oh, hey! Well, didn't you have something new? Ah! No! Okay, that was definitely, that was, I don't know what happened there. Alright, let's give that a second shot here. Yeah, Dobson and Miller. Too much talking. Oh my god. Oh, you can't stun him. Ah! I don't know what's going on here. Okay, you know, when I was testing this earlier, I did not have... Oh, I just smacked my microphone there. That probably sounded great. I'm going to move that microphone over there. And see if that... I know I probably sound worse now. I don't know. Like, I was not having this problem before, and I did test this out a bit here. Not sure what happened there. Give him the shotgun. Oh, I missed that, whatever the fuck that was. Okay. So he doesn't have the case with the witches in it. Man, they're inconsistently bullet spongy sometimes. Fuck. Is there just no retry? Like, do I have to go fucking quit or return to menu? The microphone must have been interfering in it in some way because now it's working a little bit better. Can definitely go without watching this cutscene every fucking time, though. Like, it's an arcade style game. I should just be right in the action. There should be no stopping the action. Just open up the fucking elevator doors, in on it, alright? Some zombies have a chance to be stunned when damaged. Thanks, game. That's fucking almost meaningless. In fact, that is worse than useless. A headshot should always stun the zombies. Right? Especially if you're going on a scored base and like ranked and leaderboards and shit like that. It needs to be very reliable what happens when you do X.
Reload.
Fuck, this is a scuffed run. I'm just gonna play this with them. Really? Okay. Yep. This again. No, I cannot just skip this. You do the same thing, but don't get reliable results. Like, that's really annoying. Especially when the game is keeping score. Okay, that light gun ain't working for me. Okay. Let's try that with the mouse. Quit and return to menu do the exact same thing. Okay. Alright. Okay, we're gonna give that a shot with just straight up the mouse now. It did not hit the goal of adding actual voice acting. I'm starting to suspect that this game might have been balanced around the mouse and not the light gun. Because holy shit, I am now tearing through these guys. But then again, maybe I'm just getting lucky with all the stuns. Fucking farm some points here. Did I hit it? I mean, I could probably even turn up the mouse sensitivity a little bit more, honestly. It is feeling a bit delayed. Okay. Alright, Big Chungus. Let's bust out the shoddy. Alright. Fuck me. Okay. And quit return to menu does the same thing. I don't know why there isn't a retry option. Just skip to level 2. Oh my god, why is this so choppy? I mean, if you go and replay House of the Dead 2, zombies got staggered every time you shot them. At least when you're playing on the default difficulty. It's kind of hard to tell on arcade games what difficulty it was set to, but if you shot a zombie, they were staggered at least. Especially if they were close enough to do damage to you. Oh fuck it, busted that out. Yeah, this is definitely more... Hey. Oh! You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Absolutely nothing happened there. I feel like this is kind of balanced towards 2 players as well. That's holy shit. I mean, maybe I'm just fucking bad at it, but then again, the game says I'm holding in a B on kills, A on headshots, and B on accuracy, so a B should be able to get you through the level, right? At least an early level. Alright, let's give that one more try. Yeah, I sure showed that guy. We got these guys ninja dropping in here. I'm not a fan of the head bobbing thing either. Yeah. You just saw that there, right? Like, all of a sudden my cursor was here and then it was up there. What the fuck is going on there? Yeah, no shit, you should keep off the streets. Yeah, sure, yeah. Like, one of them randomly can survive the shotgun. There we go. Give me a little health. I'm not really digging this one so much, guys. I know there's not a... Why did that happen? Oh, baby carriage, I guess. I have chosen poorly. I have wandered into the capitalism metaphor. I do like the effect that when you reload, the flashlight comes off. That's a nice touch, though. This camera swaying thing is throwing me off target more than a few times. Well, when the fuck am I supposed to shoot you? Apparently your fucking wooden hatchet handle can protect you from a fucking bullet, so... Yeah, sure, that was fair. Yeah, okay. Well, I think that's enough of that. All right, Dead Containment. Man, that game's got... Yeah. I'm not wishlisting that one. Do I think it's particularly bad? It's not a good example of a light gun game. And it's got some flaws. that's associated with that. One of them being that it's not consistent. Like it's a chance to stun, but if you're going to be scoring and all that other things, it kind of needs to be consistent. Like that is a chance to stun is not consistent with that. So I'm going to say that this game is flawed, and I wouldn't call it hot garbage, but it's definitely chilling out here in the tenement blocks of purgatory. It's not going on my wish list, that's for sure, but flawed, but not terrible. It's something that can be fixed. The problems with this game. But moving on to that, to our next game of the evening, we will be looking at you see, that's the problem. The problem is that House of the Dead 2 did it better. And House of the Dead 2 came out in what, 1998? Before most of you fuckers were even born. Like, it's the same problem I had with Alyssa the Awakening. It's just like, I don't mind these throwbacks, but they gotta be better than what predecessors did. Predecessors. Well, we are moving on to our next game here, which is Dagon by H.P. Lovecraft. Face unspeakable horrors, succumb to madness. Welcome to a free, demonic narrative experience inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. So, it does say it is a free game, and then they charge you money for DLCs, which is an interesting business model. This is a very intriguing business model where you have like the base game that's kind of free, and then you add episodic content on top of it to monetize it, which sounds on paper absolutely fantastic. I mean, in fact, one of these, the little glass bottle DLC is apparently free. Or anyways, so it does have VR support. I will not be playing this on VR. I mean, though I may have a light gun, I am not quite bougie enough to own a VR headset. So, but let's look at the trailer for this. Insomnia, delirium, and cosmic horror. Okay.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more. It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific. The Great Wall was then at its very beginning.
Is this edutainment?
Visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again. I think I went mad then. The end is near.
This is edutainment, isn't it? Anyways, so it's supposed to be the premise, at least, how it was pitched to me, was, again, basically like a first-person video game retelling of the Dagon story from H.P. Lovecraft, which is a pretty cool story. I am a Lovecraft fan, but I find that a lot of the times the stories kind of blur together. I believe Dagon is the one with the guy that was shipwrecked out in the middle of the nowhere, or he fell off his boat or something like that, and he came across this weird kind of bizarre island with all his toxic choking gas on it, and then he realizes that he's actually on top of a giant sleeping monster, and he kind of goes insane afterwards. I think is the story. Okay, well. So that's definitely an earlier trailer. Here they said it was based off of, and here they said it's 100% basically a one-to-one recreation here. So we got some nice looking screen caps here. And okay, let's boot this sucker up and take a look. Alright, just make sure that this is coming through. There we are. It's a nice drawing though. Appreciate it. I guess this is the game loading here. Shit. I got my HP Lovecraft collection right there. Oh, wait, no, I think the loading screen's done here. Alright. So, trivia options start. Oh. Let's just jump straight into this. Dagon is a faithful, interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work, focused on story and atmosphere. You do not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management here, and movement is limited to progressing through locations along with the plot.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
Oh, okay. Some of these trivia is hidden. In order to find these secrets, focus your eyes on. Okay.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below. Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate.
I mean, if it quacks like a duck.
When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
I got no legs. Lieutenant Dan, I got no legs. But yeah, that is exactly the short story I was thinking of. Okay, morphine introduced. This is edutainment, isn't it? I've been tricked. I've been tricked. You know what? I'm kind of weirdo that can actually enjoy some edutainment from time to time. Morphine entered into use in the 19th century and was routinely administered to treat severe pain during the American Civil War and World War I. It was also sold without restrictions until 1914. Probably was sold until without restrictions because of that thing. Morphine became more popular after the invention of the hypodermic syringe around 1854. Frederick Turner, who first isolated the substance, originally named it morphirium, after Morpheus, the Greek god associated with dreams. At the time when Dagon was published, morphine abuse, known as soldier's disease, already posed a big problem in the United States. The more you know, huh?
which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Is that what ships looked like at the time? I don't know. That's looking like an awfully modern ship bridge to me. I mean, not that I would fucking know anyways, but... Well, okay. Once I click that, that ship's gonna probably blow up due to a torpedo attack. So yeah, this is the story that I remember it being. Let's look up at this. Hey, that's a nice skybox. You got the moon behind them. You got a bit of the light pollution there, which I don't think is pretty exaggerated, but wouldn't work. Not too fond of the water texture. There should be a wake behind this boat. Like, okay. You don't give me a lot of things to criticize you on games, so I'm going to be a fucking nitpicky dick about it. But there should be a wake behind the ship, right? Because we're steaming forward, right? Like, we're not just at anchor here, are we?
The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation.
Oh, I'm on the German ship? I'm on the German ship.
So that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
Oh, they sunk our ships and then took us prisoner. So we're not a U-boat raid. It's not like a U-boat could take prisoners anyways, right? The Huns were Central Asian nomads who... Okay, yeah, thank you. During the World War I, the British used the words Huns... That's not the full story. Anyways. During the Boxcar Rebellion over in China, the Kaiser himself told the Germans should act like Huns towards the Chinese. And that's why that got adapted. So that's not exactly the entire story here. The Kaiser, German Emperor, sure, as they call it here. Oh, actually no, they do mention this. Gave a speech to his troops, before they embarked on China. You should encounter the enemy, he will be defeated, no quarter will be given. That right there would be considered a war crime. Prisoners will not be taken. Again, not only is that a war crime, that is just bad tactics. Whoever falls into your hands is forfeited. Just as 1,000 years ago, the Huns under their king Attila made a name for themselves, one that even today makes them seem mighty in history and legend. May the name German be affirmed by you in such a way in China that no Chinese will ever again dare to look cross-eyed at a German. That was a war crime even back then. Again, I don't know if that was an actual order or if that was just political theater, but at the same time, that's why they were called the Huns. You ever watch Blackadder? I think they call them the Huns as well. Really, in retrospect, makes them look really bad. And actually, not in retrospect, contemporarily, they looked bad for it. No, there are absolutely no saints associated with the Boxer Rebellion. That was a nasty genocidal campaign.
Indeed was the discipline of our captors that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time.
No wake behind the boat or the ship. That is a boat. What I'm on is a ship. They probably didn't think they would be worth guarding you that closely as long as you weren't involved in sabotaging the ship, bud. Like, nice skybox though. Look at this.
finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings.
This was a terrible idea.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
Why'd you do this, dude? This seems like such a bad idea. Yeah, that's what carries me forward. So I can look all the way this way, but I can't look any from more right. I don't know. It would have been nice just to have like 360-degree movement instead of having that arbitrary kind of thing there. Like, I know what I need to click on to progress.
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land. But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue. The change happened whilst I slept. Its details I shall never know. For my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Ugh. It's like a squid thing coming out of the tar. Ugh.
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see.
It'd be nice if I could look in all directions, though.
And in which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
Like, I don't mind being like, I can't move around, but I'd like to actually, it just feels like I just want to look around.
Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished. For there was in the air, and in the rotting soil, a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish, and of other, less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain.
Well, that's a squid, that's an octopus. I think that's a trilobite, which shouldn't exist. Hey, is that another ancient fossil? What the fuck is that? Ah, shit. That's also another ancient fossil, but I don't remember the name of it.
Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity. There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear. The sun was blazing down from a sky which seemed to me almost black in its cloudless cruelty, as though reflecting the inky marsh beneath my feet.
Ah, that thing's moving, that should be moving. Huh. That's a nice visual touch. I think that's just something that's clearly fucking alien. Oh, why'd you go so close to the fucking tentacles? Ugh.
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
That's a logical explanation.
So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might. Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things. For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens. As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time. That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
Can't imagine why you wouldn't sleep very well.
On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease. The odor of the fish was maddening, but I was too much concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal. All day I forged steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
Yo. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. I don't think anything like in like any of these shits in the fucking planet Earth. I just realized I've been tricked to playing a visual novel and edutainment all at once.
That night, I encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock, though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it. By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance.
Well, that's
An intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface. Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill. I know not why my dreams were so wild that night, but ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen far above the eastern plain, I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more.
ooh, this looks nice.
Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again. And in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy. Indeed, I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset. Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence. I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine. I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night. Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost, and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined. Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent, whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual. Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze, I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath, gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me. An object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon. That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself. But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature. A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express. For despite its enormous magnitude and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young, I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith, whose massive bulk had known the workmanship and perhaps the worship of living and thinking creatures. Dazed and frightened, yet not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely.
Okay. I guess I don't really have the option to observe them more closely.
Now near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm, and revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water flowed at the bottom, winding out of sight in both directions and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith, on whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures. The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics unknown to me and unlike anything I'd ever seen in books, consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi, crustaceans, mollusks, whales, and the like. Several characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown to the modern world, but whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain. It was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
Dagon contains many themes and storytelling methods that Lovecraft developed in his later works, such as telling the stories through carving, journals and characters' notes, islands emerging from the ocean, or fictional beings and deities based on real events and mythologies. It's also considered the origin of the popular Cthulhu mythos. Some of Lovecraft's other stories also conclude in a manner similar to Dagon.
Plainly visible across the intervening water, on account of their enormous size, were an array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a Doré. I think that these things were supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of men. Though the creatures were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto, or paying homage at some monolithic shrine which appeared to be under the waves as well. Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail, for the mere remembrance makes me grow faint. Grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer. They were damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips, glassy, bulging eyes, and other features less pleasant to recall. Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background. For one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself. Marked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size. But in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe. Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born. Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into a past beyond the conception of the most daring anthropologist, I stood musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me. Then, suddenly, I saw it. With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the thing slid into view above the dark waters. Fearsome and loathsome, it darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith. About which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds. I think I went mad then. Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little. I believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing. Distinct recollections of a great storm sometime after I reached the boat. At any rate, I know that I heard bells of thunder and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods. When I came out of the shadows, I was in a San Francisco hospital.
Oh, that's the real scary part.
Brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean. In my delirium, I had said much, but found that my words had been given scant attention. Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing. Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Lovecraft was a prominent figure in the world of amateur journalism. In 1915, he started publishing his own journal called The Conservative, which included political and social commentary, poetry, short stories, and literary criticism written by him and other authors. Howard was a skilled wordsmith, but he also took criticisms to heart. Well, if you can't dish it, don't take. Sorry, if you can't take it, don't dish it. Which resulted in his decision to step away from writing poetry and concentrate on weird fiction again. For the first time since his teenage years, Dagon, published in 1919, is one of the short stories written during that period. As an example, except from The Conservative, the master of horror fiction explains his attitude towards warfare and the idea of world peace. Why any sane human being can believe in the possibility of universal peace is more than the Conservative can fathom. Should the entire civilized world agree simultaneously to disarm, one or more nations would undoubtedly retain secret armaments and at the proper time take advantage of their more altruistic and less austere contemporaries in a wild career of conquest against unarmed victims. No country is or ever can be above warfare until the basic impulses of human animal shall have been miraculously changed. Well, he's not fucking wrong.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
Dagon, was the main identity of the Philistines, worshipped throughout the Middle East as the ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was a command noun for grain. The rulers of Akkad, Mesopotamia, chose him as the patron saint of their war conquest. He also appeared as the judge of the dead in the Assyrian poem and an underworld prison warder in one of the Babylonian texts. Fuck me. Alright. He is often mistakenly taken for a fish god due to the wrong interpretation of his name. As in Hebrew, the word Dag means fish. In H.P. Lovecraft's work, Dagon is an underwater deity ruling over the deep ones, a humanoid race with fish traits that resides in the oceans. He is worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Terror over Innsmouth, I believe.
But soon perceiving that he was hopelessly conventional,
Necronomicon.
did not press my inquiries.
August Derleth was an American writer and anthologist. He is also preferring to leave Lovecraft and publish many of his works through his company, Arkham House. Although he greatly contributed to the popularization of the author's works after his death, he is surrounded by numerous controversies. One of his most questionable decisions involved introducing the good versus evil doctrine. Derleth was a devout Catholic to the Cthulhu mythos. Yeah, that doesn't really gel with it, which contrasted with Lovecraft's view of the world as approach to cosmic horror. As a result, the author's works are often misunderstood and misinterpreted in today's culture. It's also worth noting that Lovecraft was never really interested in creating a mythology, and the term Cthulhu mythos was coined by Derleth after the author left the mortal plane. Interesting, I didn't know that. I mean, you don't really get a good versus evil narrative so much. What the fuck just happened there? From modern Cthulhu game, or interpretation of it anyways. I mean, to be fair, good versus evil narrative at least puts a little bit of hope in there, I suppose.
It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing. I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease, and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave. So now, I am to end it all, having written a full account for the information or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
Lovecraft hated tobacco, even though he used to smoke when he was 12. Might be why he hated it, in order to look and feel like an adult. In his correspondence with friend Reinhard Kleiner, he claims that he quit as soon as he started wearing long pants. He also had a very strong opinion about alcohol, as evidenced by his letter to Zayalina Brown. As for the matter of drinking, I have never tasted intoxicating liquor and never intended to. Having a strong aesthetic disgust at anything which blunts or corroses the delicate natural acquiescence of the evolved human intellect and imagination. Okay. Drinking excited my personal repugnance, hence I don't drink. Let the herd do what they will, I am rather in favor of prohibition. There are prohibition of any one antisocial force as well as any other. Okay. I don't know, that's him being prohibition, but more like I'm pro-choice because I hate people is kind of what that sounds like to me.
Often, I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm. A mere freak of fever as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war. This I ask myself, but ever does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed, worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite. I dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium. The end is near. I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body lumbering against it. It shall not find me. God, that hand! The window! The window!
Okay. Okay. I quite enjoyed that. I know, again, I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. I liked that. I know it's overly simplistic and it's basically just a visual novel version of a book of a story I've already read, but fuck it, I'm going to be buying that the DLC for this one. So that one definitely goes up here in my wishlist section. In the meantime, I'm going to throw up the Be Right Back screen, and we'll be taking a look at our next game of gaming shortly. So just give me a second here to use the washroom, grab myself a beverage, and I will see you all very soon. Alright. Welcome back. Yeah, I know this is like one of those things where I'm usually like, it's not my thing, but this is my thing. It's the opposite of what I usually say, where it's like, it's not my thing, but I can appreciate I appreciate what they're, the audience that they're going for, and it doesn't seem that bad. This is like, no, this is my thing, and, hey. Barbarian Knight's getting a little bit anxious on us, but let's take a look over at our next game here. Which is Carpathian Knight. Holy fuck, man. Oh, I'm trying to pronounce all the fucking hard words today. This one is very much a Castlevania kind of inspired game. And let's take a look. Well, Prince Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, has returned from the devil's... whatever the fuck that word is. With the army of dead at his back. Guide vampire hunters Abbot Doran and Indra Dracul. Gee, I wonder if Indra Dracul is away with Prince Dracula across the monster-plagued countryside and into the heart of the ancient castle Dracula. Alright, well, before I go anywhere, I'm gonna fucking search what the fuck that word is. Sholomance? Fable School of Black Magic in Romania. Okay, well, we're just learning a whole bunch of shit today, ain't we? But let's take... Alright, yeah, you can really see the Castlevania influences there. The plague of Dracula's armies continues to spread against the... Fuck me, I should have just named this stream hard to pronounce fucking words. Carpathians. Growing stronger with each victim it claims. Those who attempt to resist are met with a face worse than death. If Dracula is not stopped, he will bring everlasting night to the world. Alright, so let me plug in my controller and kick Dracula's ass, I guess. Sure, we'll go with Abbott. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, this is a very classic NES kind of controls here. Oh. Okay. Well, in Sholomance, Dracula mastered all 6 of the dark arts: necromancy, pyromancy, alchemy, witchcraft, conjuration, and shapeshifting. Well animated though. You know what? I should have fucking figured they were gonna do that. I was just thinking, are they gonna drop down on top of my head? Get fucked. How the hell did I fuck up that jump? In life, Dracula was a brilliant commander and a fierce warrior. He resisted the Empire for years, winning battles against much larger and better supplied enemies. Alright, well, are we talking about the fictional Dracula in this game, or are we talking about the historical one? Because both of those are true. Fox Crystal. Oh, god damn it. I just had to stop and swat those away. Realized I done fucked up when I was doing it. Well, I know where one of those gems were that I missed, but... Despite Dracula's talents and ruthlessness, he cannot hold back the Empire forever. Dracula turned to the old ways of his ancestors and made a pact with the devil. Alright, so we're talking the fictional old Dracula now. Oh, hello. Oh. Alright. Ah, god damn it. Yeah, get fucked, goat. Hey. So this is actually kind of a bit simpler than Castlevania even on the NES was. Because so far I haven't found a single pickup for a weapon here. Alright, how the fuck am I gonna get there? You know what, fuck it, I don't care. Holy shit, okay. I dropped into the wrong fucking neighborhood there. Alchemists have changed the course of history many times. They poison kings, suffocate entire armies, and resuscitate the mortally wounded. Did they really? I kid. Fictional setting, right? Oh my god, how the fuck did that hit me? Yeah, fuck that, alright. So even though being a Castlevania-inspired game, it's like the classic Castlevanias. Not so much like the metro-vania ones. Which I'm okay with it. Right. Alright, let's try Dracula. Are you fucking kidding me? Why are you not letting me select this? Game, why are you not letting me play you? Right. Let's try that again. Yeah, this she definitely controls like a Belmont. Kind of hoping to cheese that a little bit. Well, one of the rarest concoctions of the devil's alchemy is the Invisibility Potion. A skilled cutthroat in possession of an Invisibility Potion can bring down the most well-guarded king. Probably could. Oh, god damn it. What the fuck is you? Holy shit, did you do a lot of damage. Yeah, get fucked. There is a delay from when you press it from when the attack goes off. Which... yeah, that's true to classic Castlevania. That was just bad timing on my part. Ah, I see. They operate like thwomps do. Really, game? Just gonna respawn me in taking a hit like that? Oh, once I get the timing, it's like 2 frames before her attack actually goes up. fuck it, it's already not worth it. Oh. I need to be using that dash a little bit more. Get fucked. Yeah. Witchcraft, the dark art of bending the will of nature. The witch and wizard can create thunderstorms. See, we got a 2v1 boss coming up to us. I want to see if those health pickups actually fade if we leave them there. Nope, they do not. Pickups do not fade. Oh, we got ourselves a big in here. Oh. Bit anticlimactic, actually. cannot dash in mid-airs. So that's what I was thinking there for a second. Yeah, fuck one of these jerk-offs. The fuck is you? Played enough Castlevania to know not to fuck around with shit like that over instant death bits. Oh, why'd I fucking do that there? Just taking stupid hits at this point. More deadly than any witch is the fear of the witch. Countless innocent women have been burned at the stake, most often the old, poor, and sick. Oh, that's just a bit slow on that one. Yeah, get fucked. People who have signed a contract with the devil have dared to break its terms in the dreadful fear of his punishment. Punished which was once an obedient disciple of Shrills. Come on. Okay. Get the fuck back here. Why'd I only hit him once? I know I had to hit him twice. Holy shit, I'm sucking at this now. You know what, that alternate route doesn't look so okay. For breaking her pact, the punished witch now serves as an obedient undead puppet, doomed to rot away at the stake she was impaled on. Even in her puppet state, she is capable of casting terrible magic against the enemies of the devil. Well, I'm sorry, lady, but... You know, they put you at the end of a fucking stick, or I don't know why you're working with them. Then again, I guess she did make a pact with Satan, so maybe she doesn't have the greatest judgment here. You called yourself impaled on a fucking stick, bitch? You're pretty fucking mobile. Oh, jeez. Oh, they're slowing me down. Holy shit, okay. Keep forgetting about the dash. Yeah, you're real spooky. I mean, as spooky as you can be with a stick up your ass. Cheap shot? Okay, all of those hits were fucking cheap shots, right? Well, maybe there's one or two that wasn't. Alright, we have played through all of these. I mean, sure, let's just, for completionist's sake, say that I gotta play through this one. So what am I thinking so far? Well, it is definitely like the classic Castlevania. With better graphics and I'm willing to say better controls, but also missing some mechanics, which is a little bit... Castlevania wasn't exactly a game with a lot of complicated mechanics, but just the complete removal of items to me feels very fucking weird. Though I do appreciate the old school kind of Castlevania kind of setup and all that, because I do like those games quite a bit. I mean, the PSP of all things actually had a pretty good 3D version of those games, actually. Well, 3D graphics, but in a 2D kind of platform. Awesome. Classic Castlevania had much better music than this. Which isn't, this isn't bad. But, you know, my opinion on throwbacks is that, you know, they need to be better than what they're referencing to, because these classic games, man, like they got some problems associated with them. Also, that glitch thing was pretty fucking weird, where it just wouldn't let me restart. Oh. I mean, there's a reason why in the Netflix series for Castlevania, they definitely sampled some of that old Castlevania music because it was so fucking good. So that series was good. That was a fucking good series. Fuck it and try to run through that. Oh, the dash did not carry me as far as I thought it would. All right. Yeah, you're all scary and shit. come on. Yeah, get fucked, goat boy. I mean, I guess I played through the demo here. Usually I got a thank you for playing screen there, but played through all the levels. What do I think of Carpathian Nights? Would I wishlist it? No. No, I wouldn't. Do I think it's bad? It's kind of the same problem I have with Dead Containment, is that it's a throwback to something that has less depth than the original. Though I wouldn't call it a garbage fire, which is what this is reserved for. I definitely would not personally wishlist that myself. I feel that, again, just like Dead Containment can make some adjustments to its mechanics, and I would probably wishlist it after that ban, but judging it as it is, it's sitting in the tenement blocks of purgatory. It's 2 to the purgatory to 1 to the wish list tonight so far, but I'm thinking, got a good feeling about the next game here. We're going to be playing some, excuse me, some YOKAIWARE, I believe that's how it's pronounced. So this is WarioWare meets some Japanese ghosts, so sounds like it should be fun, right? Faces, the scariest yokai in this cursed collection of 31 fast-paced microgames, each with a different mechanic, look, and feel. Alright, well, so yes, very much WarioWare. It's a collection of a bunch of micro games here, and in a fast-paced environment. Sound card, one that can play music. Additional is it should run on anything lull. Why does everyone got this is always a fucking systems requirements. Why is this always like fucking comedy night when it comes to you indie devs? Whatever. I just realized I was at that judgment screen there the entire time because I'm a fucking idiot. Well, let's look at this trailer again, shall we? So, fast-paced collection of a bunch of different mini games. or micro games. So let's put that up and take a look at what we got there. Excuse me. Only the arrow keys. Okay. Oh. Might as well grab myself a controller here. Or I guess not. Oh, that's what you got for options here. Other games available on the full version. Are you brave enough to wishlist it? Well, let's see what you have to offer here. I mean, so far I'm spooked. Alright. Okay. I did it, I guess. I just got a fucking yellow this last stretch here. Hey. Wait. Hey. That was one of my lives there, okay. Which one's the real one? What? I am so confused. Okay. Oh, fuck me. Top right corner. I didn't see the picture in the top right corner. Okay. That was on me. Yeah, fuck off. Alright. Hey, what? Yeah. 0 of 9, I got it. The one I don't like so much because you got to go from one to the other. Yeah, I must have surpassed Yoki here. Yeah, I gotcha. Really clever. Okay. What? That one. What? Oh, I have to press down. I can't just be hovering over them. Ah, damn it. Some pandemic. Jesus Christ. Damn, these micro games ain't fucking easy. Well, first two are. Actually, the third one would be if I haven't fucked it up. Just don't give you a lot of time to adjust. Ah, god damn it. Alright. That one. Okay, guard in the castle. Oh, I hate this guy's lineup. His lineup causes me so much anxiety. Alright. Topple him, okay. Get fucked. Get out of my shrine, bitch. Hydrate him. Alright, generous hitbox, I'll take it. Give them a human skull. Oh. No, fuck. This one. Hit space that time. And that seemed to do the job. Protect your snake. Get the fuck back here. Huh? Hey. No. Hey. No. Bad. The fuck out of here. Oh, my sake. Oh, that's the heavy baby. No baby can keep you down. Stop my stride. Ooh. Acceptable, I'll take it. Alright, well, I guess that's the demo for YOKAIWARE. The thing is, do you know what makes WarioWare fun, though, is playing it with other people. So, if that game has like a multiplayer component where you can get some friends in, just like a party mode or something, that'd be fun. That'd be fantastic. As it is, just playing single player kind of thing like that. It kind of feels like a tutorial, like just like the week this, week that, week that. Like it feels like that's a tutorial for the rotations, for which would be the main game, which would be to play that against other people and friends or online or something. And if, let me look at the store page again. Yeah, single player. I think that's the kiss of death on this, is that it's single player. Multiplayer with, you know, some adjustments, this would be a lot of fun. But the fact that it's single player, again, I feel like it's something from the demo that I've seen so far. It's just kind of fundamentally flawed. I'd love to see like a multiplayer kind of WarioWare on Steam kind of thing, but I guess that's not itchy. Fuck me, man. This has been a bit of a disappointing night so far. Well, I'm not exactly a stranger to disappointment or disappointing other people, but holy shit. Okay. Yeah, just like so far, these have all kind of been fundamentally flawed in one way or another. But we'll be moving on to our last game of the evening. I mean, Dagon I liked, but I'm fully willing to admit that this is not a game that I would expect everyone to enjoy. Because it's not. It's not that kind of game. This is like, hey, Mitch Match, we made a game for you. I'm like, oh wow, kind of did. I mean, would have appreciated a bit more violence to it, but if as long as it's atmospheric and well written, I can go with it. But moving on to our final game of the evening is Blood West. So Blood West, this is more of it's an immersive Wild West FPS, where I'm playing as an undead desperado fighting against a bunch of demons in a mining town. And no, Darkwatch does not have a PC port that you can legally purchase. Just putting it out there, Capcom. Just putting it out there, Capcom. I would play the shit out of some Deathwatch if you put it on Steam. But anyways, Blood West. Oh, did not mean to click that.
Dad, your soul moves on where it's supposed to. Heaven or hell. At least that's what the preacher used to say on the rare days when he was sober. I reckon my twisted soul may stick around a little longer. Because there is nowhere to move on to anymore. Hell is empty, and all the devils are here.
Alright, so it's looking like you got a bit of a... Yeah. I ain't just gonna wish this because you told me to, game. Looking like we got some decent enemy variety here. Kind of hinted at some stealth mechanics. Also like this kind of lo-fi kind of aesthetic. I fucking hate using lo-fi. We gotta think of a better word than lo-fi. It's been eternally fucking corrupted by people who put on fucking 12-hour playlists of low fidelity music, but it's intriguing. So maybe it's an immersive sim, maybe it's just an open world sandbox, maybe it's none of those things and it's just a linear shooter, but judging from this encounter right here, nah, it shouldn't be a linear shooter. Well, let's boot this sucker up and we'll go into our final game of the evening. Oh, alright, auto capturing. So this image already, and this loading screen, I'm digging the music. I'm digging those. Then when we get to that part, and you know, the mask and the claws, and I ain't digging it so much. Fuck it, let's jump in here. Create an account, sure, Mitch Match. You didn't really need to tell me that, game. What you should have told me is to turn up my fucking sensitivity for once. Since when do I actually have to turn up my sensitivity? There we go. Alright, that's the Totem of Souls. Alright. What? Who are you?
Oh, me, us. Nothing but an amalgamation of souls. More important question is, who are you?
Oh man, I spent my entire life trying to answer that question.
The answer is, you're undead. We brought you here by means of our immense powers from whatever place you've been before. We know of your exploits and achievements. Your fame reaches wide across the country. The nasty rumors about you reach even further. You're our ace in a sleeve.
Okay, so I'm the pawn at these guys' little power game, and then at the end of it, I'm gonna kick the shit out of both of them. My favorite type of story.
Before you ask, no, we cannot send you back. Not yet. See, that's the nature of every summoning. It must have a reason. And a reason you have. As an undead outside of others' influence, you will be our torch in the dark. Your spark will become the flame to purify the rot of this world and free us from the unending cycle of despair.
Okay, maybe you ain't gonna stab me in the back.
Search for the evil lurking in this world. Smell the sulfur in the air. Taste the corruption. Understand the shattered reality. Sense the vitriol staining the remains. Only then you will be free again and able to leave.
Listen, jackass. You gave me a job. You brought me here to do something. Just tell me what I need to do, alright? Alright, I gotta kill like a big bad necromancer motherfucker or some shit like that. Okay. So we do got some stealth mechanics here. Oh. I like that the sound you make's a bar kind of thing. And it fills up. I actually like that as a stealth mechanic. I like that a lot. Man. It's like having a light gem. But a soundbar.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, someone's, Okay, if he's not gonna talk through the cutscenes, I don't want him to talk during gameplay, alright? Like, you gave me dialogue options and all that sort of shit, so you should voice that. I don't want him going, good, when I'm, like, picking shit up, stuff like that, or blowing people's heads off. He talks, he talks.
Oh, good.
Listen here, jackass. Why couldn't you voice the fucking gameplay here, huh? Okay, so I actually have to equip it. Oh, wow, okay. I think we're dealing with ourselves with a proper RPG up in this bitch. Okay, that makes sense. Now, for a guy that's supposed to be undead. Yeah. I already kind of figured that one out. Alright. Oh, okay. So it's just a general detection bar. One being no.
These to good use.
One being sight. You know what?
Can always do with some more bullets.
Listen, dickhead.
That.
If you ain't gonna voice the fucking cutscenes, don't voice me doing shit during gameplay, alright? I don't want to hear it. You talk too much. I'm gonna stealth one of these. Ooh.
Blood ammo.
Shut up! You talk too much.
The freak. Back to hell.
Yo, this straight up is an immersive sim, boy. Nice. I am so okay with that, you have no idea.
That'll come in handy.
Now, what am I looking at? Revolver. Oh, I have different type of ammos. What is this? It's supposed to be a cult of some sort. Cult army? Well, Oh wow, they're committing to the old school. You know, I got 2 fucking bolts on this, so there's not a lot I can do. Safe zone, rare and precious, giving you a chance to rest. Doing so will restore enemies. Oh, okay, so resting here will respawn enemies. Okay, gotcha.
You made it. You came here faster than we expected. Good, good. Follow the tracks and you shall see the ruins of a once thriving town. Now it's just a pit of villainy and despair. One of us used to dwell here, saw the flames going up and gorging upon the town's flesh. We saw the treachery, and we felt every victim's last breath falling to the darkness. Ah, we could we? Yes, definitely. We could bless you. Not for free, mind you. We seek the cursed gold, the shining metal of doom and corruption. Bring it to us, so we may hide it from the mortal hands. You got the gold. Bury it beneath this totem and we shall bless you. Shame. Talk to us.
Why am I so short?
New fates around these parts. Come in. It's safe here, unlike most of this area. You one of those bravados looking to make a quick buck? Just don't come back to me crying about all them monsters. All I care is that I get my share and I stay out of trouble.
What's going on?
Listen, there really isn't much to say. You certainly figure this place ain't normal or safe. Don't expect a warm welcome for the locals either. But if you know your stuff, you can make a coin or two pillaging and scavenging. Or killing monsters if you're so inclined. If I were you, though, I would stay quiet. And if you really want to get to the heart of the evil, well, you're on a good track. There's an old burned church around here. But where's the money in that? Better to find whatever you can.
Ah. What you got for me? You got me a shotgun. Jim Hopper. What is this? Okay, how much do I have? 14. I can't afford shit anyways. Alright. Well, let's see if I can loot some shit from you to sell. Okay then. I think they saw me. Oh yeah, they saw me. I brought an axe to a gunfight, and it... You want those? Okay, yes, I got it.
Again.
Get tired much quicker. Oh, I lost stamina. Also, nice blood reference there. Okay. So dying gets me cursed. Cursed gives me a debuff. Holy shit, you a fast one. What?
Rid this land of you.
Oh.
You, me, and endless void around us. Your days will be stunned by my fury.
Alright, well I guess going to the tavern there was not play.
Nothing that another death will stop me.
Lament your poor soul. It could be arranged, yes. We would even do... Let's see. We need feathers. Their properties will help us Cursed again, are we? A blessed... You got the shade.
Alright, I got feathers.
Cursed again, are we? A blessing. You got the gold. Bury it. Cursed again, are we?
Yeah, you give me the fucking feathers. I got the fucking feathers.
Try again.
Get fucked, bitch. God damn.
Back again.
Cursed again, are we? A blessing, yes. You got the gold. Very.
Okay, well this is just fucking
I may be going insane. I could.
What does this do? Can you tell me what it does?
Remember, stay low if you value your hide. Be quiet as a mouse.
Cursed again, are we? A blessing. You got the gold. Then we can do many things, but you can only select one. What will it be?
Well, how the fuck do I get rid of these debuffs? I'm not looking for buffs, I just want to get fucking rid of this shit.
I will need that.
Cursed again, are we? A blessing. You got the gold. We can do many things, but you can only select one. What will it be?
Oh, that's the church. finish your save and exit. I'm just gonna start a fucking new game. Because holy fucking shit.
I will need that. That'll come in handy. I will need that.
Yeah, alright, fuck it. Fucking Christ.
Dead legs. You're not welcome here. Freak. Just stay dead. What again? No rest for the wicked.
I don't like this game very much.
Rest.
Okay, sure. That's a stealth critical hit. Kill you in 3 hits.
Brief. Rid this land of you.
So basic bitch enemy does 25 health and a healing item only recovers 10.
Done. Let's put these to good use. Oh, good.
You made it. You came here faster than we seek the cursed gold. You got the gold. We can do many things, but you can only.
New fights around these parts. Come in.
Just skirt around that invisible wall, I guess. how did that hit me?
Stay down.
Like, is there no way to, like, unload the ammo or something like that?
To rest. Oh, good. Ammo. I walk this earth.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I hated it. Fucking hated it. I absolutely fucking hated that one. Jesus fucking Christ. It's one thing to be punishingly difficult, and it's another thing to just have that fucking persist and compound on each other. It's just fucking hell, I hated that. I didn't feel like my fucking aim was like all over the fucking place, and it's just, that was fucking bad, dude. Nope. Fucking hated it. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you all very much for coming in. And whoever you are, whatever you're doing, you have yourself a good one, Code.